Hi, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Welcome to the South Carolina College Baseball video recap for Tuesday, April the 15th. There were 13 games involving state teams played on Tuesday. Let's take a look at what the action involved. Down in Columbia, South Carolina turned 3 double plays and picked up its fourth shutout of the season with a 4-0 victory over the Citadel at Founders Park. The Gamecocks started out hot. They scored 4 runs in the first 2 innings. Then after that, the Citadel bullpen really pitched well to shut down the Gamecocks and not do any more out of that. KJ Scobie had the home run for the Gamecocks, who snapped a 3-game losing streak and improved to 21-17 overall. The Citadel fell to 19-18, and for the Gamecocks, Jackson Susie was the starter. He went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, and struck out 5. Elsewhere, Ryan Wynn was 4 for 4 with a homer, 4 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases as Wofford doubled up USC Upstate 10-5 in the 3rd game of their season series. The Terriers got 5 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. Upstate tied it, then the Terriers scored the final 5 runs of the game to snap a 3-game losing streak and improved to 23-15. Upstate fell to 19-18 and had a 3-game winning streak snap. For the Terriers, Nico Braney was 3 for 5 with a homer and 2 RBI. Over in Rock Hill, Nate Cronus had 3 hits and drove in 2 runs as Winthrop snapped a 5-game losing streak with a 7-3 win over Davidson at Founders Field. The Eagles improved to 19-20 with that win. Jalen Hernandez was 2 for 4 with a double, a run scored, and 2 RBI for Winthrop. Up in Winston-Salem, a 6-run 8th inning sent Wake Forest to a 15-5 run rule win over Coastal Carolina. That dropped the Chanticleers record to 27-10. For Coastal, Ty Dooley was 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Elsewhere, 8 of North Greenville's 16 hits were for extra bases, and the Trailblazers topped Lee University, 17-9 for their 13th straight win. The Trailblazers are 37-8 overall. Lee fell to 23-19. For North Greenville, Landon Shaw was 3 for 4 with a triple, a run scored, and 4 RBI. Had some great offensive numbers for the Trailblazers on that day. Over at Due West, Raith Peterson singled in 2 runs, stole a base, and pitched the 9th inning to get a save as Francis Marion rallied to beat Erskine 4-2. It was a meeting of Conference Carolina's team, but that was not counting in the conference standings. Francis Marion snapped a 3-game losing streak and is now 33-10 on the season. Erskine fell to 18-25 as cold Josh Adams, went 4 innings for the Patriots, allowed no runs, struck out 3. He had the best pitching effort of the day for them. At Anderson Memorial Stadium, Don Bello had 3 hits and joined 4 teammates in driving in 2 runs apiece as Anderson beat Southern Wesleyan by run rule 14-1 in 7 innings. Cole Davis pitched a complete game 4-hitter for the Trojans, giving up the 1 run. Anderson improved to 23-19 on the season. Southern Wesleyan fell to 9-35. Up in Wingate, North Carolina, Mario Lopez Jr. doubled in the go-ahead run in the 9th inning, and Lander survived a Wingate threat in the bottom of the inning to win 9-8 and take a non-conference road victory. With the win, Lander got his 30th win of the season. They're now 30-13. Wingate fell to 500 at 21-21, and the Bulldogs are in a struggle to qualify for the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. For Lander, Connor Droz had 2 homers and drove in 3 runs in that game. Up in Tennessee, Chance Green's 2-run homer gave Spartanburg Methodist an early lead, but Tennessee Wesleyan scored 7 runs in the 2nd inning and took control and beat the Pioneers by a score of 14-5. Tennessee Wesleyan is nationally ranked among NAIA teams, by the way. Spartanburg Methodist fell to 17-25, and Tennessee Wesleyan improved to 33-10. Also for Spartanburg Methodist, Chance Green had as I mentioned, he had the homer. He also had a single, a walk. Elsewhere, Morehouse gave up 2 runs to Morris in the top of the 1st, but scored 8 runs in the bottom of the 1st, and went on to a 14-4 run rule win in 7 innings down in the Atlanta area. Morris dropped to 1-34. Morehouse improved to 17-20. For the Hornets, Jameer Manigo was 2 for 2 with a double, 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. In Western North Carolina, Montreat scored a pair of runs in the 7th inning and beat Bob Jones 5-4 to win that game. The Bruins got a 3-run homer by Conley Burke to take the lead, and Burke later reached base as a run scored on an error, and the Bruins are up 4-3, but Montreat rallied. Montreat is now 18-26. Bob Jones fell to 9-23. Down in Clinton, Presbyterian out-hit Western Carolina 13-9, but the Catamounts used 3 home runs to win that non-conference meeting by a score of 9-7. The Catamounts got up 9-2 early and PC rallied, but couldn't quite get that last hit they needed to catch back up. PC fell to 16-19, and Western Carolina improved to 17-19. Down in Savannah, Savannah State scored 2 runs in the 7th inning to overtake Claflin and win that game by a score of 6-4. Savannah State improved to 24-10. Claflin fell to 5-33-1 and lost its 25th straight game. For the Panthers, Nehemiah Drew was 2 for 5 with a couple of RBI. USC Lancaster was originally scheduled to play Combine Academy in a doubleheader on Tuesday, but for whatever reason, the games were canceled. They were taken off the schedule sometime in mid-afternoon because I kept looking. But the Lancers have picked up a game against the Carolina Rays on Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday's schedule, here's what we've got going on involving state teams. Benedict is at Payne for a doubleheader at 1 o'clock. As I mentioned, that Carolina Rays game at USC Lancaster at 1 at Lancaster High. Caldwell Tech is at Florence Darlington Tech at 3. Newberry and Mount Olive will meet at Florence's Carolina Bank Field at 3 o'clock. Carolina Bank Field has been a pretty popular area for neutral site games recently, involving some teams from North Carolina and state schools. In fact, UNC Pembroke played a neutral site game there on Tuesday. Elsewhere, involving state teams on Wednesday, the Erskine JVs play the Columbia International JVs in a doubleheader at 5. Coker is at North Greenville and at 6, and the Citadel is at College of Charleston at 6 o'clock. Not a big schedule on Wednesday because many teams are starting their weekend schedules on Thursday to play a Thursday-Saturday series to avoid conflicting with Easter on Sunday. You can get all kinds of information about that kind of stuff at PalmettoStateBaseball.com. I provide updates as best I can. I do updates also on X under the handle of Palmetto Base. If you see something you'd like for me to write about, let me know. If you see something you think I could do better, let me know. Email me at rudyjones@PalmettoStateBaseball.com. For now, this is Rudy Jones at PalmettoStateBaseball.com saying thanks for checking out the Palmetto State Baseball video scoreboard for Tuesday, April the 15th. Good night. Jesus loves you.